I've been described as stubborn numerous times, as though protecting what's mine is some sort of a crime. In any case, I am not denying this fact, but I prefer the term headstrong, strong-willed, or uncompromising, because the majority of the times, the people who hold the strongest views, who are so certain in their approach and hoped. I've been described as stubborn numerous times, as though protecting what's mine is some sort of a crime. In any case, I am not denying this fact, but I prefer the term headstrong, strong-willed, or uncompromising, because the majority of the times, the people who hold the strongest views, who are so certain in their approach, demeanor, and belief, have once experienced the greatest uncertainties, and have bent to the weight of the wind, too many times and in too many directions, enough to make a bold decision and stand for it. You look at me and you see stubborn. But did you know that I was once a shadow of myself, too afraid of the light, for fear that if it shines so bright, it just might reveal all my dreadful scars that were inflicted on me by the people who were supposed to love me the most. I was so blind, and they were so unkind. For the longest while, I wrestled with myself, the greatest battle of the mind, trying so hard to break loose from the twisted lies that were imprinted and left behind. But each time I took a step, I was revisited. A gruesome reminder that what has been implanted is in fact inhabited. Like there's no escaping this feeling of lust, uselessness, and worthlessness. So I step right back to the darkness I know and tell myself I'll try again tomorrow. But that tomorrow I hoped for didn't come in a hurry. Instead, each passing day, I lived in my yesterday, toiling and moping and hoping that somehow it'll all go away. Do you know what it feels like to hate going home? Having to hear the key slick and your heart twist and pounds like 1,000 volts. Feeling like you haven't done enough. It hurts that I was made to feel guilty for missing my mom, as though doing so was being ungrateful for all that was done. Wicked enough, not only to control my surrounding, but so twisted in ensuring that it pounds in. That even though I was alone, I was still stuck in that dreadful zone. And even though you're gone, you left a wound that cut so deep to the bone. Now somehow I know that I've got to let it all go. Because anger is a slow killer. Like a dangerous shark that swims the ocean deep, it lurks around waiting for the next prey to eat. It's eating enough of me. It's eating too much of my time, opportunities, and happiness. Now they say blood is thicker than water. What a lot of slaughter. Because when that very blood clouded my vision, it was water that cleansed it. The only thickness I feel is the distance between us and the friction among us. Now they say I'm coming on a bit too strong because I've created my own. I've been accused of breaking tradition, of refusing to fall in line with culture. But I've got a question for you. Where was tradition when I was so very sad, disappointed, lost and alone, to a world so vicious, desperate and cold? I find this demand very bold, that I am expected to give what was never built. But I thank God for the blood of Jesus Christ. Because even though my past tried to enslave me, it was only the blood of Jesus that was thick enough to save me. Hi, my name is Amy, saved by Jesus Adekambi. He gave me a new identity and a new name. And for this reason, I am free like the birds of the sky that happily chirps away at the light of day. And like the mighty eagle that glides so effortlessly. I am soaring in ecstasy and in awe of his divine redemption. And I am stubborn enough not to go back to a pack of lies. Now I know some ears might hear this and reflect, while others might defect from the burn that sinks so deep and melts like wax. But that's okay because it's not too far from what I expect. When truth is being said, it's hard to accept. So take it. Love it or hate it. All I demand is a little bit of respect. Picture perfect. It's funny how a silly little powder can cover so much. Not only the bruises, but also emotions. Like how you're sad, disappointed, and broken. And how you're fed up with the whole commotion. Yet you keep a plastic smile. Meanwhile, yesterday he had your face up against the bathroom towel. He kicks, punches, and rains abuses, yet each time you create excuses. That maybe it's your fault. You really should watch the way you speak. But baby girl, the way you speak is who you are, and that's what makes you really unique. And the man who chooses to raise his hand irrespective is actually really weak. You tell yourself that maybe you shouldn't have worn that outfit last night. It's too provocative. He's only being protective. Or maybe he's afraid that you might open your eyes and realize how a woman should really be treated, and that you might come to fantasize of a life without being controlled, beaten, and cheated. You're worried about what people might say. He was sweet in the beginning, so you choose to stay. He's a wolf in a sheep's clothing. They won't understand. Like a game of peekaboo. Now you see him. Now you really can. Numb to the pain, you're slowly dying. Every vigor you had in you, he's slowly defying. It's horrifying how a man can hurt so skin deep until it breaks a soul. Love slowly turns into fear. Fear turns into hate. And hate kills because it steals every joy, every happiness, and every hope. The hope that you so wish to hold on to, even for the sake of your children. But even your children can see that he's a vicious villain, familiar to the blows for sometimes interfering as they hate to see their mother crying. Your friends have suspected, but you shut them out because you think they won't know what it's all about. Besides, you fear that they might doubt the possibilities of this ever working out because you keep holding on and believing that he will change. It will soon stop because he beats and treats. He beats and treats. He beats and treats. So you know deep down that he won't stop until you stand up. You have got to stand up. Don't suffer in silence. Silence the violence.
The picture where you take am fine. No life and no Christmas line. This one make them check like them taste palm wine. Now for carry the check quick, make a sign.
Hi, babe.
You're beautiful. I got you this.
Oh, thanks, babe. Thanks for the dress. I really like
I'm glad you like it. It's so nice. Yeah. Are you ready?
Can find no life and no Christmas line. This one make them check like them taste palm wine. Now for carry the check quick, make a sign. The picture where you take can find no life and no Christmas line. This one make them check like them taste palm wine. Now for carry the check quick, make a sign. I've been searching for your love, baby.
You know what? I can't do this anymore.
So now everything I do, you have a problem.
Yes.
Mama always don't have a problem.
I'm sick and tired.
Anytime I come back home, you don't do nothing. You don't
Patrick,
have to do anything.
I can't do this anymore. You don't appreciate anything I do. Then what's the point? Do you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. I can't do this anymore. I'm sick and tired. I'm done.
Keep it straight. That picture is perfect. Just how it should be. What did you expect when you got off with someone like me? You knew who I was. I made it very clear. The night I left that bruise on your wrist. But still you got in because you couldn't resist. This powerful force that's brought us together, keeping us together. Baby, can't you see? You and I were meant to be. Something like a fountain of ever-flowing chemistry. We've got it that way. We made it that way. And now, it's here to stay. Forever. For better or for worse. So when I kick, punch, and rain abuses, you're damn too right to create excuses. Because I worked too hard to have you here. I worked too hard for the clothes on your back, the car you drive, the house you live in, the food you eat. I worked too hard to own you, bitch. Because I met that demand when I paid your bride price. I rolled that dice without thinking twice. Just like you. And unflinching is the only thing you can do from the regret of not thinking about this union between me and you thoroughly through. You can't just up and leave me. That's a lie. What we have can never be denied, can never be so easily silenced. I'd rather die in the pursuit of making sure you never have a life without me. Absence. I can make you disappear if you ever try this. Why this? Because I can never be like my friend Jerome, who's lost the dignity of the ownership of the throne of his very own home, faking sticks and stones, but still trying to play slick when I know that his freak of a wife is the undercover boss that beats and treats. Yes, I'm the boss, because I beat, but at least I treat. Or should I be like my cousin Joshua, who played the smooth baluster to the fate of that bait that flipped the script and state, letting go to silence the violence, run into the next life and leave this man behind to suffer in silence, who cried for his vile acts repeatedly. He cried for the fact that he couldn't depart from his infectious past, of failing to keep his self-promised task, of refusing to walk in his father's ugly mask, as he did. And with each passing day, he regretted the fact that he inflicted harm on the woman he should have loved and protected. And now she's gone and left him feeling rotten and neglected. I could never be like them. It's not in my DNA. But at least I'm bold enough to say that no one made me this way. I just am.
Why can't you let me go? Why can't you just leave me alone? I don't want this anymore. Can't you see?
You want to go?
Yes.
This is a coin. I'll make you an offer. Heads or tail?
What?
Woman. Heads or tail?
Tell.
Tail says, you walk out that door and I never want to see you again. Head says, you sit back in this house. You do as I say, and I remain your boss.
Give me room to grow. I've only just began. Don't become the rocky ground that I must have had the misfortune to have fallen on. So much so that when the sun shines, it burns and kills when in fact it should yield. Choking me with do's and don'ts, expecting so much from this broken soul, and I won't bend and pretend just to be all up in the blend, so excuse me if my actions or omissions offend the expected protocols and unwritten trends, because I've walked down that road before and you brought me to a dead end. And now what I simply cannot comprehend is how Jesus illustrated multiple times that we should come as we are, every broken heart he's able to mend, yet those that don't fit in a ready-made suit are discreetly condemned. Because irrespective, a large majority still tends to expect a certain frame, a certain look, and a certain behavior. Just because someone speaks differently doesn't mean that they're rude. Unfortunately, this has been misconstrued, given little or no importance to the intentions of the heart. Importance is rather classed by the ones who play smart and can hold a long chit-chat. It's laughable. There's so much segregation, we're now moving ranks. So many denominations running on an empty tank, leaving the young converts confused and blank. It's no surprise that so many have been convinced that every pastor is only trying to take their money to the bank. You see, it's not about religion, it's about Jesus Christ, who has paid the price. I am a sinner, and this I know. I hurt, I've killed, and now I bleed, and I'm running to the Father's house to be healed. This is a right we all have. The deal has been sealed. But unfortunately, many have tormented, frustrated, and still causing many to walk away from the Father's heart-pumping will. Those who are well do not need a doctor, but only those who are sick. Matthew 9:12. He came for the outcast, so this is a message to anyone who has ever felt expelled. Please, I beg of you, do not feel compelled to dance to those threatening tunes and demanding bells, but rather I impel that you run the race and finish it well. And if you're fit and well, then I suggest you leave and give others a chance to feed. And just in case you're wondering, you are fit and well if you move with greed, and when you see another with whatever need, your heart doesn't bleed. Because really, you should be able to have compassion and understand that everybody has a story and a background. If you're not satisfied in yourself, then you would never be completely satisfied with him. If he gives you your sought after title, then you would surely be lost after. He shouldn't complete you, he should complement you. Before he comes, you should be full, so that you know when to avoid a pretending fool. If he's only there to fill a void, then there will always be an empty space, because he cannot take another's place. Do not look for God in a man who knows nothing about God's perfect plan, because he may be able to empathize, but only God can bring inner comfort. He may be able to provide, but God supplies and secures. He may be available for now, but only God is eternal and forever. So when the pressure of life demands, don't expect him to expand. He cannot do God's job, because if you push him and he fails, as I know he surely will, you may feel the need to bail, and then you start to search for another, who you feel might satisfy all that your heart desires, failing to realize that only God can meet that need. He supplies the living waters that never run dry. He's the only one that can attend to your every heart cry. Every other guy is a temporal distraction. He is the only solution. Your royalty and a king is awaiting. If you want to find the right one, first recognize that true satisfaction comes from the perfect one. Find your perfect place in God, and he'll find the perfect one for you. She thought she was a grown woman, but she was so young. She thought she was ready for her happily ever after, but little did she know that her once upon a time had only just begun. How could she have guessed so wrong? Nothing prepared her quite well for this. Nothing prepared her for the midnight cries, the strife, the lies about the life that lies ahead, the truth about the woman she'll soon become. How could she ever fathom that one day she will look into the mirror and not recognize her newfound reflection? That stretch marks will spread like a rapid infection. That her body will swell like there's no protection. That her identity will earnestly search for redemption under the pile of questions of who she once was, with so much hesitation as she struggles to reconcile with an ounce of recollection. How could she ever fathom that her career will pause like a solid conclusion? That her luxury and comfort will be stripped back like a fresh revelation, with little or no solution. That her doctor will diagnose her with chronic depression. That friends she once thought were true only grew to line up in that queue of doubt and neglection. Little did she know that her newfound condition will magnify her imperfections, yet reveal strength within she never knew existed. Strength to carry on. Strength to hold her babies in her arms, her home, her life, and the entire world if she must, and still run. She never knew she could be this manipulated. That she could be a slave to the resounding wave that they've created. She never knew that joy and pain could be this related. That it could be treated and greeted with such charm. Life's true blessing, but at the same time, life's worst way to teach a lesson. And now she's learned what the classroom walls failed to teach her. Not a single subject considered it. How can such an important matter be neglected in education and be given to succession? One must wonder. And now, even her own mother's wise words at times seem like a quiet whisper from a distance, as she adhered to listen and drawing from her surrounding, as the curtains close in and it quietly sinks in, like a penny dropping, that there's no going back or stopping. Just like an increasing age cannot be reversed, she must now wave goodbye to her past. She must now wave goodbye to girlhood and hello to motherhood.
Asked the question and I ain't gonna lie, but I wasn't ready, still you took me by surprise. You wanna know if I will ever leave your side, but I will love you till the very day I die. Girl, I need you, I've been needing you like...
Baby, this is the last time I'm going to travel. You will be fine. Once I go on this trip and come back, this is the last time I'm going to leave you and the baby. When I go on this trip, we would not have to look over our shoulders again.
Well, do you have to go? You're going for so long. Can't they send someone else? Or can't you cancel?
If they send somebody else, then it's no longer our deal. I need to go for this trip. I have to go for this trip. I can get you the nice things that you've always wanted. I can get you a new car. We can move into a bigger house. Just let me go on this trip and I will be back. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. Just gotta let the chords play. Let's go. You asked the question and I ain't gonna lie, but I wasn't ready, still you took me by surprise. You wanna know if I will ever leave your side, but I will love you till the very day I die. Girl, I need you, I've been needing you like air. Don't know how I would survive without you there. I can scream it loud for the whole world to hear, and if they call me crazy, I don't care. You should know I won't go. That's the last thing you should worry about. Stay with me till eternity, and ask only one question: will people fall in love in heaven? In heaven. Hope we'll still be in love in heaven.
We all know that one day our bodies will give way, and this frail mortal shall surely decay. The memories of our youth shall be like gathered ashes that's quickly blown away, and we will reminisce of our days as though they were many moons ago, and many nights will be uncertain, waiting to draw in that final breath, unaware of when the curtains will close, as the end draws near. But in all this we know that we shall have no cause to fear, for a better place awaits us where he shall hold us dear. Just like the cocoon gives way for the growth of a beautiful butterfly, our days of true beautifications are yet to be born, and the time shall come when we shall all yearn to belong to that place where we all came from. We shall all yearn to be home, a place of no sorrow, no pain or sadness, a place where we can dine with His Royal Highness, where there is true shared gladness. So when our dearest travels to make this magnificent transformation, let us not weep as though he's gone and forgotten, as though his soul lays to rotten. We all know that he lives on in the arms of the begotten, and the begotten has neither forgotten of those our dearest left behind. He is not blind, he sees how much you hurt, and in your darkest moment of pain and despair, he will be the very light that will beckon your air, and give you breath to breathe, and many reasons to live. He gives the breath of life, for he is the breath of life. So when he decides to take one's breath away, it is only because he has decided to keep them close enough to stay. Just like a baby in the womb depends on his mother for oxygen, he has decided that these babies can now feed directly from their oxen. They can now grasp from the air that is blown, directly from the throne. They have finally gone back home. Let us rejoice then for them, for they've gone home at last. Home at last. Home at last. The seed that he spat after he ate that forbidden fruit is the seed that has grown and sprout. And now we all hurt. We hurt because we grew in it, yet we know not of it. We are that infectious plantation that flourished on the wrong foundation. With that conniving, twisted farmer presenting himself as ruler but has no good intentions of harvest. His main aim is to keep us stationed, stuck under these conditions, under the lies that our definition lies on what we see around us, what has happened to us, what was promised to us, what was said about us, what was said to us. Lies. Yet we live with it. Some of us go to church with it because we deny it, too afraid to confront it. We love and credit it. We carry it like it's our personal property. Yeah, I get it. It's personal because it is your story. But that story is meant to be your history that should bring you to your destiny. Do not let your story become your excuse for your self-induced abuse. So let it go, so that he will take control and bring you to that destined goal. You question how to let go of the things you were told. From a very young age, they said you are slow, stupid and ugly. And you believed it. You slept on that dampened bed as you watched your Uncle Ted force himself on you. And when he told your mom, she didn't believe you. And you're afraid that they might perceive you just like your cousin Sarah, who had an abortion. So you consider this option as you held that knife and questioned how your best friend's sister's boyfriend took his own life. Because you want to do the same. As you've come to believe that this might be the only way to get rid of this life grouchy pain. It hurts that your father was never around. It hurts that you were the classroom clown. They picked on you and laughed at you because you were different. The boys, they had a preference and it wasn't you, so you've carried this heart-piercing tattoo from childhood to adulthood and now is affecting your whole livelihood. It hurts. You hurt. We all hurt. Too ashamed to talk about it, the pastors don't preach about it, so we just live with it. Too afraid of being blamed, either that or we play the blame game. It's insane. Because he's gotten us right where he wants us. Stuck. So when it rains, we just run and hide under our shell to shelter us from this constant pain. Temporarily. Never completely healed. So to answer your question, how? First, recognize that this all started from the day one man took and ate and left us in this state. But in the same way, it took one man to give, to replace, to change our fate. Forever. This will make you realize that we are all products of the hurt that someone else has suffered. A vicious circle, but someone else has offered to remove this obstacle. This is only possible through that one man, Jesus Christ. Make no mistake, this is not based on probability. In him there is complete certainty. I am a living testimony. If you hurt too, he can heal you, but that decision, it is your responsibility. So, before you give up, please try Jesus first.